So Andy and I were talking the other day. We thought it would be really cool to make a video on the process of how Lighten Up and Shoot makes their videos and go through the entire process. So let me see if I can break it down. Generally what happens is that Andy and I brainstorm a couple of different ideas, whether we're going to go out and shoot people on the street, or maybe we're going to go shoot some friends, or maybe we get a phone call and someone says, hey, we know these indigenous Indians up in the mountains, you guys want to come and shoot them? So we come up with the idea, and then what we do is we figure out what gear are we going to bring. Are we going to bring our backpacker studio, a couple light stands, a couple light modifiers, keep it real simple, do some lighting, or are we going to do all natural light? So we have a discussion of what we're going to bring and what we're going to do. Most of the videos have been shot with just a point and shoot camera, all the video. But now we've switched over and we're using the D7000 because we wanted a higher quality of video. We have a little microphone, a little Sennheiser mic at the top. So the last 3 or 4 videos, the quality has been much better than in the past, but we still keep that real loose feel. Like basically come up with a concept, go out, shoot it while we're having fun. The whole Lighten Up and Shoot philosophy is to get out with minimal gear and have fun. So the process, once we're done shooting and lighting everything, shooting all the video, then what we do is it's a matter of putting it together and see if we can't take the still images and the video images and make a story. So what I'd like to do is sit down with you and do a screen capture so you can see a little bit of the process of how we make these videos. All right. Having a really great intro for your videos is really, really important because you want to hold your audience's attention. So really having really great music, like my mom playing the piano, great photos, really, really interesting clips. Andy and I have been experimenting with making like little mini trailers, taking a bunch of the video and the still images and mixing them all together and making like a 30-second to a minute-long trailer at the beginning of our videos. That way you get an idea of what the video is all about and hopefully watch it all the way through. Keeping those intros really, really short and really, really great is a good key. Let's take a look on the screen capture of a couple of videos that have been done for Lighten Up and Shoot to give you an idea of what I'm talking about. Okay, so here's an intro from a recent Lighten Up and Shoot video. Got a couple titles, got a whole bunch of different clips, video clips, photos from the shoot. It all sort of tells a story. There's really, really good music, intense music, there's lots of fun, it looks like there's action. It makes you want to watch this video. And then something happens. I actually drop my camera and then you hear this good boom. And of course there's a title there that says this is part 2 of what actually happened. And then Andy's explaining what happened. So there you go. There's an intro really, really quickly showing you how we build up excitement with the music and with the video and with the still images. Alright, shooting video. When it comes to shooting video, doing really, really slow pans or use a series of images to help show a pan. Like if you watch movies, a lot of times you won't see panning, you'll see a bunch of different images edited together to help show that we're moving, if that makes sense. Also, a really, really great tip when shooting video with the DSLRs is to buy those old wide-angle manual lenses, or any manual lens for that matter. The reason being is they're really, really cheap. They focus really, really smooth. If you use the autofocus, you can hear that zip, 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 zip all the time, and it's really, really annoying. So Andy and I love the manual lenses. They're really, really inexpensive, and they're great for shooting video. Make sure you shoot lots of B-roll when you're going to go out and shoot video. And let's say you're in New York City and you're doing a shoot there. Make sure you get enough shots of like street scenes and the skyline and this sort of thing to help mix in and help tell the story. It's really, really important. Something that I've been doing lately is when I watch a movie, I really watch the editing process and kind of watch and try to get ideas and take different types of tricks that editors are using, and movies is a great resource for that. So I hope that helps. Here we actually had somebody shooting the video for us, somebody that we had never met before, and didn't do a bad job. And we're pretty loose that way. It's Lighten Up and Shoot, so we lighten up and shoot a little bit. And there's a little transition with a shot from that. I think Andy's actually shooting the video now. we've come a long way from the point and shoot days when we had some really shaky video. You see he's holding it pretty still. And then I think he's going to do a slow pan back over to the model. Nice. Still really, really loose, and I'm just sort of talking away and sort of explaining, so it really works. This is a very, very spontaneous. He's trying to capture as much of what's happening in this video. Oh, I don't know what that is, but, you know, it's all right. And then it goes into the shot. You actually see the shot. All right. And then we're done with that, and it goes into me talking and setting up the next shot. So just showing you a little bit of how loose it works, but it works for our style just fine. Okay, the actual process. This is really, really important. The time when we need to sit down and actually do editing. What I usually do is watch all the video clips that I've shot that day, and then I take those actual clips that I need and I start shoving them up into that editing box, whatever that's called there in iMovie. And then I'll go through and I'll do a rough edit. For example, if I shot a minute and a half of video, but I only need 30 seconds of it, I'm just going to roughly go whoop, pull out that 30 seconds and discard the rest and put it in some sort of logical order that helps tell a story. And then add any kind of still images in there also in the right order of events. And then I'll go through and I'll add the titles and maybe transitions. Transitions are really, really important, so you don't have these abrupt transitions. You got a video clip and it just goes to the next shot. Maybe some kind of nice fade to black or something that kind of fades into the next one. Once I've done all that, I'll go through and kind of watch it a couple of times, and I'll edit as I go. I'll edit and fix things and really fine edit. You know, there's a little second here and there, a half second that I didn't really need. Take those clips out. And did you tell a story? And you look at this thing, does it make sense? What do I need to fill in those gaps to help tell a story and get the message across? Do I need to add titles? Do I need to do a narration? Do I need to shoot some more video? So these are all things that Annie and I do when it comes to making Lighten Up and Shoot videos. Other times it's all just spontaneous. We just call it behind the scenes footage. That's a good way to get around that, but I hope that helps. Let's take a look at a video and we can go through all this and hope it makes more sense. There's a lot of stuff going on here. We're in a real shoot, Annie and I are, and I'm mixing in a bunch of different video, photos from the shoot, and audio. You actually hear me giving direction. We thought it was really, really important to hear the direction. Gave you a real sense of what it was like at the shoot. Here I hit the girl in the head. But the music is helping. The still images after I take the shot. Here I'm giving direction. You can see how goofy I am on set. And the music's really, really cool. The music's helping with the intensity. You see some of the cool photos that are taking place. More direction. So mixing the audio from what's happening on the set with the music, adding to that intensity. All right, and then we're going to go to a different clip so you can see a different angle. Right. You can see what it's like working. You can really get a sense of what it was like on this set. And there's a clip of a shot. More talking. And there you go. The end. All right, effects. Definitely going to go through and maybe show you a couple of different clips with the screen capture of effects. iMovie, it's really, really easy to turn things black and white or change the quality. They've got a whole variety of different effects that you can add. They even have audio effects. On the video itself, sometimes I'll go through and I'll adjust the exposure and the contrast and the color depending on what we're doing. Ken Burns effects is really good. You ever seen like a still image and then he kind of zooms in or zooms out? I'll do that with the still images along with video clips. Sometimes I'll do a little bit of Ken Burns, or I'll slow something down or speed something up. That's a great effect to use. I think effects are really, really important. It makes your videos more interesting. Try not to overdo it. Use it when you need it. Lastly, music. Choosing the right music is really, really important. You know, what's your video about? Is it happy? Is it fun? Is it sad? And add the appropriate music. iLife has got a really, really nice collection of all different types of music, along with sound effects and noises and animals and rain clouds and everything that you can think of, car noises. So use those things and throw those in there when it's appropriate. Really, really important. So also having the ability to be able to do a voice overdub. Also a great feature with iMovie. And if you've got a Mac, I've just noticed that the onboard microphone works great. Having a really, really great ending is just as important as the intro. You know, you want people to come back and keep watching your videos, so make that ending really, really awesome. It's also a great time to kind of like tell what you're going to be doing in the future, maybe show a little clip of that, like a little tickler to get people to come back and watch the next video. Anyway, endings are great and they're really important. So until then, lighten up and shoot. Get out there and shoot, make some videos. I hope you enjoy this process.
Oops, I made some mistakes. Oh.